Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today we will do question answer of CBSE class 12 Vistas, and the chapter is Memories of Childhood. In that we are having two short stories. One is The Cutting of My Long Hair, written by Gertrude Simmons Bonin. She was a Native American writer 1876 to 1938. Another story is We Too Are Human Beings, written by Bama, a Tamil Dalit feminist. She was born in 1958, right? In the first story, there is a girl. These are autobiographical. This writer is writing about her childhood, and this writer is narrating one story of her childhood, autobiographical in nature. In this, the writer was a student of class 3, third standard. When she went to school on the first day, she was not original American, she was Native American, so she had gone to the school first time. She didn't know how they used to interact there. So she found that there other girls were wearing very tight fitting clothes, whereas in her culture tight fitting clothes were not considered good for these girls like her. And she saw that many of the girls had shingled hair, means hair cropped very closely to the head, very closely to the head. So these things were new to her, unique, new, and which she didn't like. When the breakfast was announced, one bell rang. So everybody pulled a chair from the below the dining table. She also pulled and sat down. But when she saw all others were standing, she didn't know that first bell was only for pulling the chair. When the second bell rang, then everybody sat down. By that time she was starting to get up, she sat down again. When third bell rang, everybody started with their knife and fork, right? Spoon and knife and fork. So this way, and her friend informed her that her hair, long and heavy hair, will also be cut short. But in her culture, she had known that short hair was for mourners, those who go for mourning, means some death is there, some sad happening is there, and shingled hair was for cowards. She knew that. So she was not able to reconcile that her hair also will be shingled. But she tried her best to protest, but she was pulled out of the bed and tied to a chair, and despite all her protest and rebellion, her long and heavy hair was shingled under the power of those people. And this story, what do we get? The author is a small child, and what does she see one day? That an elderly person is bringing something, some eatable in a packet, and that person is holding that packet away from his body with the strings of the packet, not touching the packet. And that packet was for the master or the landowner, whosoever. So initially that little girl laughed by seeing this. But when she went home, she talked to her elder brother. Then her elder brother advised her that this was not for making any fun. Actually, that person who brought something to eat for his master or the landlord was a Dalit. And the person for whom he brought was a higher caste person. So if the packet touches his hand or the food touches his hand, it becomes impure. after learning that, this little girl felt very bad and she didn't laugh any longer on this, what she had seen. And her mind rebelled and she told her elder brother, we should go work in their fields, get paid, but we should not do any other work for them. This is some sort of rebellion, some protest against that. So, in this story, what do we find here? In this story, we find racial discrimination. Right? The little girl is being discriminated based on her race. She is a Native American, right? And in this story, the other one, what is that? Caste discrimination. A person is being undergoing discrimination, facing discrimination due to on account of his low caste. So both the stories talk about discrimination. This talks about racial discrimination based on race. The girl has gone to a European school, but she is not an European. And here the little girl sees the person holding some eatable in a packet away from his body and holding it with a string. So here we have an example of caste discrimination, right? So we go directly to the questions. The first question is, the two accounts that you read above are based on two distant cultures. That's very correct. This one is European culture and this one is Indian culture, and this story is from South India, right? Indian culture. What is the commonality of theme found in both of them? So what is the theme which is common in the two stories? So the common theme is of discrimination. Whether it is based on race or caste, the common theme that flows through both the stories is of discrimination. One race is being discriminated against the other race. One caste is being discriminated against the other caste in the second story. What is the commonality of theme found in both of them? The commonality of theme is discrimination. And what happens out of discrimination? Oppression. OPPRESSION. Every single discrimination results into some sort of oppression where people suffer, right? The weak, the underprivileged, the unprivileged suffer at the hands of the strong, at the hands of the privileged people, right? So second question is, it may take a long time for oppression to be resisted. It may take a long time for oppression to be resisted, but the seeds of rebellion are sowed early in life. Do you agree that injustice in any form cannot escape being noticed even by children? So, it may take a long time for oppression to be resisted. That's correct. But the seeds of rebellion are sowed early in life. Both the stories show the same thing. In the first story, the girl's hair was to be cut short, cropped close to the head. So she was a very small child, standard 3, class 3 student, maybe 8 years or 9 years or whatever. But she did everything that she could to resist it. What did she do? She went upstairs, went to a dark room, and she hid below a bed and tried to hide herself as much as she could. But finally, when she was found, even then she kept on resisting, rebelling. She didn't agree. Till the last, she kept on protesting. So, even when she is a small child of 7, 8, 9 years, she is rebelling against the practice she doesn't like, she doesn't support. And in this story also, the writer is a small girl, little girl that time. But when she comes to know that why that gentleman was holding that eatable in the packet through strings, with the strings, and her elder brother explains that this is on account of caste discrimination, because the landowner or the master belonged to a higher caste and the person who brought food belonged to the lower caste, then her heart and mind rebels, and she tells her brother, we should work in their fields, get paid, but we should not do any other work for them. We should not do any other work for them. She rebels. Though she is a little girl, still a very little girl. Do you agree that injustice in any form cannot escape being noticed even by children? Yes, we agree. Because here you will find the girl feels that they are forcing me to wear very tight fitting dress that she doesn't like. So she thinks they are doing injustice to her. She likes her long and heavy hair, but when she comes to know that her hair will be shingled, cropped short to the head, close to the head, she rebels. She considers it as an injustice and she rebels against that injustice. And here, that girl, little girl, is able to see after her elder brother has explained everything regarding caste discrimination. So she is able to understand everything, and she notices that this is here also there is a case of injustice. So we agree that injustice in any form cannot escape being noticed even by children. Even a small children, little children are able to notice instances of injustice. Right? Third question is, Bama's experience is that of a victim of the caste system. Second story. Bama's experience is that of a victim of the caste system. What kind of discrimination does Jitkala Shah's experience depict? This one, Jitkala Shah. Here we have already written caste discrimination in the second story, Indian story, South Indian, Tamil story, and in the first story, that is racial discrimination. There it is caste discrimination, and first story is racial, based on race, to which race you belong. The Indian girl had gone to the European school, right? So she faced there racial discrimination. So Bama's experience is that of a victim of the caste discrimination, caste system. What kind of discrimination does Jitkala Shah, that is her pen name, so she faced racial discrimination. What are their responses to their respective situations? So here we have two different stories. What are their responses? How does Jitkala Shah or Gertrude Simmons Bonin respond? How does she respond? First, she doesn't like that her dress will be changed to a tight fitting dress, right? Because in her culture, tight fitting dress is not considered modest. right? So how does she give response? She dislikes it. She doesn't agree to this, right? Then next thing that she sees is there are lot of systems and procedures even for sitting down, pulling a chair and taking breakfast and starting breakfast, which she doesn't like. That there should be so much of formality, so much of rules and regulations for taking breakfast, even breakfast. Then she comes to know that her long and heavy hair will be shingled, cropped close to the head. So she knows that in her culture, short hair is for mourners who mourn somebody's death, or shingled hair is for cowards who have returned from wars defeated. They those symbols are different, those representations are different. She thinks that short hair is worn by mourners and shingled hair by the cowards who have been defeated in war and come back. So how does she respond when the school authorities have caught her to, despite her hiding, all efforts to hide, they have caught her out from below the bed. So they have tied her to a chair because she is protesting, rebelling so much. And they crop her hair, shingle her hair. But what does this little girl do? She does everything that is within her power to protest, to rebel, to disagree, to not agree to whatever they are doing to her. In this case, what is happening? Caste discrimination. What does Bama do? After Bama has been convinced by her brother, elder brother, about caste system, what does she do? She responds in a very rebellious way, revolting way. She says, tells her brother, elder brother, we should work in their fields, we should get paid by them, but we should not do any errands for them. Errands means doing something for free which is not paid. We should not do errands for them. And her brother tells her that there is only one way to come out of all this, and that is education. So you focus 100% on your education. And she agrees to that, and in response she does very hard work in her studies and gets a first class, right? So here also the narrator rebels, revolts, does everything possible to express her displeasure, dissatisfaction, disagreement. And here also she reacts. She reacts by telling her elder brother what should we do, what we should do, what we should not do. And she gives all attention to her studies so that she can try to come out of this caste discrimination which is existing in her society, right? So all the three questions we have covered. The two accounts that you read above are based on two distant cultures. What is the commonality of theme found in both of them? European culture versus Indian culture. And Indian culture in South India, caste system. And what is common? So the common theme is of discrimination and oppression. Discrimination based on race, European Indian. Discrimination based on caste, Dalit and higher caste. Oppression. The little girl feels oppressed. She is pulled out from below the bed, tied to a chair, and her hair is shingled. Here, that person has to hang the food packet holding the strings away from his body so that it doesn't touch, he doesn't touch the food packet and spoil it, make it unpure. So they suffer because they are not treated equals. In the caste system, they are not treated equals. They are treated, somebody is high, somebody is low, and somebody is at the bottom. It may take a long time for oppression to be resisted. That is true. Resisting oppression takes a long time because that kind of oppression is established over a long period of time. So it takes time to resist it. But the seeds of rebellion are sowed early in life. Yes. Here also Shivaji in class 3, standard 3, and she rebelled 7, 8, 9 years of age. Here also Shivaji a little child, but she rebelled. Right? Do you agree that injustice in any form cannot escape being noticed even by children? Yes, we agree. In both the stories we find that the narrators are small little children, but they are able to notice injustices being done to others or to them. Pama's experience is that of a victim of the caste system. Here, somebody is victim of the caste system. What kind of discrimination does Jitkala Shah's experience depict? Racial discrimination. European, Indian. Based on race. Racial discrimination based on race. You belong to race X, I belong to race Y. I think my race Y is superior to that of your race X. Racial discrimination. What are their responses to their respective situations? Responses we have discussed in detail. She resists to the best possible extent that she can, despite being a little girl. She expresses her rebellion, telling her elder brother, we should not work for them. We should work for them, get paid, and we should not do errands for them, something free of whatever. And on her brother's advice, she focuses fully on her studies and gets a first class because she wants to come out of this discrimination. So, I hope you found it easy to understand. In case of any difficulty, you may please approach on my email ID which is there at the thumbnail to the video. Thank you very much.